I've been divorced for almost 2 years, and a few weeks ago my father, 67M, my 2 brothers, 37 meters and 40M, and 4 friends, 35M, 37M, 38M, 41M, while very drunk joked about how they can't believe I left my wife. They said that they all tried to get with her since the divorce, but she had repeatedly rejected them, saying it would be inappropriate and unkind to do such a thing to me. I laughed at what they were saying just to ease them into saying more, and once they thought I found it funny, they really opened up. They had all purposely made me feel paranoid about my ex-wife cheating on me, and using me, because why would a woman like her be with a man like me if it wasn't for the money I made? They often hinted at, or sometimes even directly said, that she wore the pants in the relationship and that she was only with me because I'm easily manipulated. They constantly planted negative things into my mind. If I went to talk with them about something happening in my relationship, they would put a negative twist to it, or they'd purposely give me bad advice. Then when I lost my job during COVID, they all hinted at how she's definitely cheating now, that there's no financial benefit in being faithful to me. I obviously trusted them and often took their words to heart, and it ruined my marriage. I frequently argued with my wife, and I was always accusing her of something or suspecting her of not really loving me. I questioned everything that was between us. I often told her bullshit things like how I'm a high-value man and that she needed to appreciate me, and when I was not working for 6 months I flipped the script and started accusing her of not respecting me for not working. I was unappreciative of all her hard work and for being the one who took care of our household bills and any other bill during those 6 months of unemployment. I continued to let their words drive me into paranoia, and I started accusing her of cheating with her coworkers. Eventually my wife had enough of my moods, constant mistrust and accusations. She left me, and to be honest, for a long time it felt like it came out of nowhere, and so I had myself convinced she left me for another man. Now here I am knowing that every man I've called my family, my friend, were all my enemies who I let destroy my marriage. I obviously lost my mind once they were done telling me all the ways they conspired to ruin my marriage, and we did get to blows. I've cut off all contact with each and every one of them. I want to reach out to my ex and make amends and hopefully get her back. My ex-wife has agreed to meet up with me, and she doesn't know exactly what I want to discuss with her, and I don't know how to go about making amends and hopefully mending our relationship. How do I tell her how much I regret everything and that I want her to give me a second chance? Is there even a chance for us? Edit. Some of y'all keep saying you took the words of your friends over your wife's, and I don't think that's a fair or complete assessment. I trusted my father and brothers. My father was the main driving force behind this manipulation campaign, and it's not often that your entire family is conspiring against you. And not only your family but also your friends. I'm not running away from accepting the fact that it is wholly my fault in how my marriage ended. I take ownership of that. I take ownership of the fact that I accused my wife of being a cheater or a user. I regret it all. If my ex-wife doesn't accept my apology, I would accept it gracefully. If she said she never wanted to talk to me or ever get back together, I'd also accept it. I would not stand in the way, and I would not try to change her mind. I would wish her well and leave her be. I made a mess just like a cat would, so my fiancé knows what he's getting into before we get one. 24F. So my fiancé, 27M, really wants a cat, and I understand, they're nice pets. But I grew up with a cat and he doesn't, so I don't really think he understands how hard it can be to take care of one. He said that it'll be so easy because they just use the bathroom and the litter box and don't need much attention. But I know it's not that simple. For background, he knows he would have to take care of it most of the time because he's unemployed and looking for work. Meanwhile, I'm constantly busy because I'm trying to get through nursing school. I'm just afraid I'll end up having to look after the cat a lot more than he will. That's how it was with the fish we used to have. My fiancé forgot to feed it multiple times. Friday night, before he went over to play poker with some friends. I found this to be the perfect opportunity to have some of my friends over, as my fiancé doesn't like my friends. Him and I had a little argument about the cat again before he left. He insisted it would be easy and he would clean up after it and everything, but I just can't believe him after the fish. And he tries to say that cleaning up things like vomit really isn't that bad when I know how gross it can be. So here's where I might be the my friends and I were drinking and watching movies, and I'll admit, we drank a little much. I was complaining a bit about my fiancé, and so the argument was on my mind. Eventually I started to feel really sick, and I jokingly suggested that I throw up on the floor and make my fiancé clean it till he actually sees how gross it is. My drunk friends actually encouraged me to do it, so I didn't go to the bathroom and ended up vomiting on the hardwood floor in our apartment. Nobody cleaned it up, anticipating that he would clean it up to understand the struggles of having a pet. I know it sounds a little ridiculous, but it was drunk logic. The next morning when my fiancé came home, he was furious and screamed at me for doing such a nasty thing. I felt a little bad, but at the end of the day, that's the sort of thing that happens when you have a pet. You come home to vomit on the floor. And again, He comes from a place of not really understanding that's a part of having a pet like a cat. I really did want him to clean it up. He yelled at me calling me crazy, and honestly, his refusal to clean up I think shows he's not ready to take care of a pet. As of now he's really not talking to me, and I know this sounds weird, but both of us are being so stubborn that none of us have yet cleaned the vomit as of today. He's been out with his friends most of the weekend because he's so mad. But I really think he should step up and show he's ready for that sort of responsibility. So Reddit, am I the a-hole? Throwaway account because it's embarrassing. Edit. After reading the responses, I see what I did was probably over the top and I should clean it. I told my fiancé I would clean up this time and apologize for making the mess and hope we can talk about the cat situation. He said that he would forgive me this time if I flashed my tits. They are D cups. I flashed him and we are moving.